Salutations.
Salutations, you guys. Good evening.
How you doing?
And good afternoon to you, right?
Yeah, it's a good afternoon to me, man. Yeah.
Nice.
So everything go well today? You guys enjoy the day? You guys only got a couple more hours before bed, right?
Yeah. I'm probably gonna crash after this.
I'll be up for a while. I stay up.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, everything's really bright, sunny here in Japan. So yeah,
Nice.
can't ask for better weather where I'm at.
Right. Oh, man. Yeah, we're in Wisconsin, so it's a little cold and wet here right now. It snowed on Monday, but the snow's gone, thankfully.
No way, seriously? Wow,
Yeah.
I got a buddy in Hokkaido who's I said I went hiking the other day, and he's like, I'm really jealous because we have nothing but snow up here. And he sent a picture, and I'm like, yeah, bad timing, right?
I went to Chicago today. There wasn't much snow there. It was pretty nice, actually. I was surprised. But it started raining. We cut off to Milwaukee a little bit ago. We went to a mall, and then it started getting nasty out, so we headed back.
Yeah. I've only been caught in one snowstorm in my life, and I regret ever getting on the road. Yeah.
Oh man, dude! That every year, that's at least 3 or 4 months of our lives is snowstorms and potential accidents.
Yeah, and that potential accident. Whoo, yeah. Have a couple of those myself, and yeah, I'm really glad. I actually don't drive here in Japan. I don't own a car, so everything's by train, by bike, or on foot. So, well, of course, bus on occasions, but nothing really. I haven't driven in probably 3 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. I've been in a car, but I haven't been the driver of the car. So.
There ain't nothing wrong.
And I do have my Japanese license, so I do ride around on a 50cc scooter. So
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it works. It gets you around. I mean, you don't have to drive too far. About 15 kilometers is all you basically need to go. Grocery shop and whatnot.
Right.
Don't ever try to drag race those things, man.
I was thinking about picking one of those things up myself, just because I drive occasionally when I need to, but my office is so close to my work. Usually I'll just like skateboard over or something like that, but it'd be nice to have like a scooter, and then I could like scoot around downtown and stuff here and stuff. So
oh yeah, I mean, like I can get from point A to point B 10 times faster, especially when there's busy traffic, because you can use the sidewall and not the sidewalk, between the white line and the sidewalk there. You get there a hell of a lot faster than you would in a vehicle. A lot of times my wife gets mad when she's with her parents and they're driving, and I'm like I'm on my scooter and I just whiz right past them. Frustrates her every time, man. So, all right, guys. So we got this collaboration. We've been trying to get this done for over probably 6 months, I think. And finally, we've had some time to sit down and plan out a schedule. So, yeah, very cool that we are able to have a time to do that. And by the way, nice mics you got there in the background.
Oh, thanks.
So yeah, I like the stand that you guys are using. I was actually watching a couple of your videos. Just froze.
Yeah, he froze for a second there. Sorry about that.
No, hey, technology. Yeah, can't help it all the time.
Yeah, you said you were watching some of the videos though.
Yeah, I was watching some of your videos. I watched the one with with Todd.
Okay.
One of your most recent members, I think, Board of Education superintendent.
Oh yeah, so
interview you had with him.
So he's running for school board. So here locally,
Right.
There's a school board election going on. So I wanted to make sure I brought in a bunch of people that were running, just so people in the community could like hear their platforms and know exactly who they were voting for. Like, I'm a dad, so my daughter's in the public education system here, so I have a dog in the fight. So I figured I'd try to hear them out myself, and then of course allow people on my platform to see them. And I have a fairly large connection with the community here, so I try to make sure I do things to help service them a lot too. So
community is important. I living in Japan, we have a very small community, especially international community, depending on where you live. My local community, both includes myself, like the international community is very few. We'll probably, where I live, probably there are only 4 families of international families here in my area where I live. So it's very small. And when there are problems, we come and we help each other out. And of course, our local community, we're very big on community, and we help out as much as possible. And they help us too. So,
That's
it's
awesome.
really good to be a part of the community. So,
Yeah, most definitely, man. Yeah, 'cause
yeah.
if stuff goes down, those are the people that you're gonna have to rely on. So it's nice to, have that connection,
Oh, definitely, definitely. Always important.
Mhm.
So, can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah, go ahead. Sure.
For the longest time, I didn't know you guys were friends, and I'm just wondering now. How did you guys become friends?
Oh, we worked with each other, and we
Oh,
just
really?
yeah we both were working at this hibachi style restaurant, and I don't know, we just had similar interests and stuff. We like to crack jokes, have a good time, hang out. We both like collectibles and stuff like that. So
Yeah, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right?
Yeah.
I saw it the other day. Yeah, man, that is
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
yeah, definitely,
Yeah,
yeah. So
I got a couple of those myself. I bought my wife a phone case a while back of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I saw that. The one that you sent me.
Yeah, she's actually she loves nostalgia videos, anything from the 80s and 90s. She just loves them.
Oh yeah.
So
Wow.
I get to rehash old videos and be like, oh yeah, you want to see a B-rated movie? Okay, I got you. Yeah, let's watch Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Right. Hell
Nice.
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
You gotta show her
She's like,
basket case.
yeah. Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
a crazy one.
That's a good one. Her favorite, of course, is Sleepless in Seattle. This right here is
Yeah, I saw that.
Seattle Space Needle. Right? Yeah. So she's really big into that, and gotta love where you come from. So yeah, she's looking at me.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Well, cool, man. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, I always wondered. I didn't get a chance to ask. So
He was my boss for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just for a very tiny bit. Then we kind of got each other jobs back and forth.
Okay, so you didn't get him fired for being his
No,
do
never.
anything to get the management to question
No,
protecting you
actually,
from all the shenanigans.
as a
Okay,
matter of fact, one time, I got fired from the job that I got him, and my man didn't show up the next day just for
Yeah,
me. So good looking out. I appreciate that.
Yeah, at the time
No,
I literally was only working there because he was there. I was
right,
like,
yeah.
at the time I was like, I don't really necessarily need a job, but I kind of need something to do. So you work there, let me come through. I mean, and it was cool. And then we did a show. It was like a fashion.
Yeah,
type
that's
show.
actually how I lost my job. So I used to work for a design company called 3DL Design, and my boss, he hit me up and he asked me if I wanted to be a part of a photo shoot, and I thought he was going to pay me really good. And so I was like, I hit up my boss, and I told her, I paid one of our other coworkers to cover for me. I paid him like $20, and he never showed up for my shift. And so I lost my job, but
Oh, that's terrible.
I got like $40 or something to dress up like Tweedledum, and we was an Alice in Wonderland photo shoot, and it was like down the rabbit hole. It was some like artsy crap, and it was fun, but it was lost my job.
Yeah, so I had to. I had to, as the friend, I had to be like, man, if you're gonna do him like that, then
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So we make things work. Now we're opening up a toy shop and stuff now. So I'm doing like
That's
the
awesome.
podcasting and all this media stuff and making videos and stuff for the schools and all this stuff out here. So we're pretty straight for right now, which is nice.
That's good. That's real good. Yeah. thank you for answering my question. And it was really good to see you guys connect and smile and laugh and have a lot of fun answering that question. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, definitely,
That's
man.
my homie, dude.
definitely.
Honestly, man, I don't get the brotherly love here in Japan that I did when I was back home. I had friends exactly like that. I had a couple friends. Before I came to Japan, I actually had two friends in college. I got a job working at a gas station, and I worked the graveyard shift. And probably 2 weeks before I left to Japan, I was still working, and they decided to come hang out with me for a couple nights. So I would go to work, and they would just come hang out at the deli section and just sit and talk with me until I finished work. Good friends, still have them but I don't get to see them anymore. That's a one downer that I don't get to have. I don't get to have my relationship with my friends. And I've been here for 16 years, so I've had to adjust.
We're your friends now, boo.
Yeah, man, definitely so, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. And with the pandemic and everything going on, the way it is and the way it's working, it's not going to get any better to meet face to face. So it's good to see you guys meeting face to face here in Japan. Even my Japanese friends and colleagues, we don't meet face to face. So we have to social distance, and we can't do all the things that you guys could do. However, with that said, we just learned today that the state of the emergency in Japan for the prefectures that were still under the state of emergency is going to finish in 3 days from now.
Oh, nice.
So
it's definitely been pushing up a lot of.
Then we can go out. Then we still have to wear a mask, of course, but we can go out and do other things. We can go out at night. So watch a good movie.
Right.
Maybe that Ryan Reynolds movie. I don't know.
So hey, I got a question for you.
Please ask him.
How did you deal with the culture shock of moving from America to Japan? And do you ever deal with like anxiety ever? Because I mean, obviously it's a lot different, and I could only imagine, dude, because everything's a little bit more, like you were saying, it's smaller, and I could see that taking a toll on me. So I always wondered how you take up, if you ever have to deal with that.
Well, that is an awesome question, and I'm going to give you my answer first on the culture shock. I came over here on March 1st, 2006, and just a date, that's 16 years from the date on this video. And when I came over, I thought I was going to have culture shock, but I didn't. And here's the reason why. There were more McDonald's, more Starbucks in the vicinity. Anywhere I looked, there was a Starbucks, a McDonald's, a Starbucks, and McDonald's. That is when I knew that the culture of America has been absorbed into the Japanese culture. I didn't have that culture shock that you'd be like, oh my God, these vehicles are small. You're like, well, they're just eco-friendly vehicles, right? Even the vehicles, yes, they are small in comparison, but because it's all eco, everything's really small here in Japan. Roads and everything, buildings, texture, but culture shock, didn't really have culture shock. Language barriers, yes, I have, and I still to this day have a lot of language barriers. And how I deal with anxiety, it's actually kind of hard nowadays with the pandemic. You can't go out and you can't discuss it. But my biggest concern for anybody, especially being a foreigner here in Japan, whether you're from Canada, United States, United Kingdom, the Philippines, or a non-native to Japan, is the lack of social support you receive from your government officials, whether it is the health insurance, the city tax, anytime you go to the city hall, those build really big anxieties, especially for myself. I like the people at the city office. I just would prefer not to deal with them because they are not in a position to where they will negotiate. So that type of lack of negotiating really hurts, because we negotiate. We like to problem solve. right, we see an issue, we address it, and we try to influence the other to make sure that not only is our side heard, but we can reconcile our differences and work going forward. No matter if I could speak Nihongo, which is Japanese, or Eigo, which is English, to someone who knows, there's no negotiating. This is a rule, and it's there. That's where my anxiety comes into play, and how I deal with it. Well, I stress eat. Obviously, I'm a big guy. My wife cooks me good food. She cooks me healthy food. I do. Yeah, oh God, she cooks great healthy food. I'd love to show you guys what she makes. Actually, some of my videos have her. A lot of the videos that I make are out in restaurants where people like to see home cooked meals. Not so much. They like to see what Japan has to offer. But if you want to see real good videos, you watch a mother cook for her children here in Japan. You'll see a lot of veggies and a lot of meat. But yeah, but going back to the anxiety, yeah, how I dealt with it through the years is I would try to find a way to understand and work past it. Of course, I've had in my life many situations where I've been abused, both verbally and physically, and where I have had to go seek help, and that help has been denied. And I've had to go find other ways to do it. And I guess contacting my friends on Facebook and talking with them, a few close friends, really helps bring the anxiety down. But in the end, it's just me releasing stress, and that's the biggest thing we can do. Other than, there's no legal support, any type of support that would help anybody. So with that said, good question. I know it was kind of a tense line question, probably not one you're looking at, but lots of people in Japan, as you guys know, Japan has the highest suicide rate in the world. And, and that doesn't look at what, the foreigners are going through, or whatever financial problems they are having, and the mental health that they have is blatantly ignored for many reasons.
So with you saying that, is it so as a foreigner, non-citizen, just a resident of Japan, the government kind of just looks at you as a person that, like, it's fine that you're here, but don't expect anything from us, is kind of what I'm kind of grasping from that.
Your words are exactly that. I've been here for 16 years. I've never experienced anything like what I have over the past 5-6 years. And all right, sorry about that.
No, it's all good. Yeah, I mean, this is long distance communication, so
yeah, it's kind of cut out from time to time. So we were talking about anxiety and how things go in Japan, and my wife made a funny face at me. I'd like to introduce you guys to her at some point in time. She's really shy in front of the camera. That's who she is. So going back, do you guys have any other questions? Any follow-up questions to that previous question? There's a lot there to unpack. It's a.
Oh yeah. What was it? Just how? I mean, I just think it's. Did you know before you went to Japan that things would go that way? Say if you needed support, or did you kind of assume that maybe if you needed to reach out, you would be able to get that support? Because coming from America, and there, especially now nowadays, like there's this whole thing about if people come to America, they should be able to get healthcare and everything, and there shouldn't be an issue. And for the most part, we try to make ways to make concessions with people so they can get these types of things. Of course, there's hoops that people have to go through to get it, but eventually, to a certain degree, most people are able to access some form of help here. So as coming from a country like that, were you kind of shocked to kind of realize that you weren't able to get that type of support?
No, I did my research before coming to Japan,
Okay.
to know what to expect and what not to expect. But I had no disillusions of what I was walking into. One, my language skills at the time were nearly non-existent. Only konnichiwa and hajimemashite. And
What's that mean?
hajimemashite, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. And
I know.
these language things.
I know Nani. That's
Nani?
other than that.
What?
Yeah, I watch a
That
lot of
annoys
anime.
me so much. It's one of my pet peeve words when someone says "nani," I'm like, "Huh, nani, nani," and I look around.
Daisuke. I know Daisuke.
Daisuke, I love it, or I love you. Daisuke, I love it. Many people in Japan, they don't use the word "I love you," so they say Daisuke. I am enjoying it. It just, there's a laundry list of positive feelings for that word. Dondake means don't do that or stop it. My wife is shaking her head saying,
It's
"Don't
crazy.
teach
It's
people."
crazy how some of the words they sound so like crazy different, but they also have like little bits of words that we can understand in them, kind of too. Not all of them, but some of them. I don't
Right,
know.
right. There's a lot, and to be very honest, there is Japanese English. There's a lot of words that are created here in Japan,
Mm.
where my wife is like giving me a lot of indicators of words she wants me to use right now. She's behind the camera. She's like, "Do this, do this." Yeah, there's a lot of Japanese words that are used that confuse Americans a little bit when they say it, but kind of means the same thing. A very simple one is Costco,
Costco,
right?
like the store.
Right, like the wholesale food
Okay.
store, where you go buy the turkey dinner, or
Right.
you go there for the big jumbo dog,
Eric
or
serves
the
6
pizza. You
videos.
probably shouldn't be. Yeah. Oh man, Eric, I love that guy. He's great.
Hey, what's going on with you and him? Have you guys talked recently? I haven't seen a collab in a while.
I'm not saying that. My wife gave me a message. I'm not saying
Is it a
that. So me and Eric, we used to see each other all the time, at least once a month. We're actually co-workers at the university, and we used to go cycling a lot. And we actually keep contact with each other. We were supposed to go cycling a couple weeks ago. Some things came through. Bad weather actually prevents us. We don't do much on camera these days because, well, I'm cycling like 100 kilometers or 80 kilometers. I'm just exhausted. So actually, we're going to go hiking last week, but he is such a busy guy. And he's a positive guy as well. So no matter what you see in his videos where he's, giving me a bad time, that's
no.
Yeah, that's friendship. I mean, we're around each other enough. The sarcasm is very
Right.
thick. So
I feel it.
yeah. And actually, just today I checked one of my my YouTube comments, and a really nice subscriber said they watched one of the videos and me and Eric, and he says, you're a cool guy, keep it up, bro. And I'm like, that's really cool. I'm gonna comment later to him, but Eric, I believe
that's how I found you in the first place.
Yeah. He actually got me in. He encouraged me to start a video blog.
I was gonna ask how you got how you got started.
Well, just a little short thing to talk about Air Surf 6. When I first met the guy, I was playing basketball, and my wife got all super excited, and I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Do you know who you're talking to?" She's like, "No, that's Eric Surf 6. I had no idea he was a YouTuber. Just a really funny guy hanging out with this kid, playing basketball together. So he had this 40K run marathon that he did. And obviously, I'm not in any shape to run 40K. I got a bad knee, broken ankle, and I'm bald. I'm thick, so I can't run more than probably 100 feet, right?
I feel you there, brother.
Yeah. I can cycle though. So what I ended up doing was I rented a Docomo bike, electric bike, and I cycled like the 40K there and the 40K back.
Jeez.
And And during those talks, he was like, you have a really nice family, you have a very young wife, you have a very cute little boy. Why don't you just, start capturing those memories and sharing with the public, and then in the future, see where it leads to. I thought that was a really good idea to start doing that, because one, we see more on YouTube now that the content sometimes is dry or deliberately focused to interpret what is, positive or negative about the videos that we produce. Not just us, like me, but videos that anybody produces.
Right.
And everyone's going to see them. You're going to look back on them. Actually, we have like 4 channels, and one is a family channel. Another is my son's own channel.
William,
and any videos that we make, we put them up on there for future memories. And that's how we've been doing it. And I think I've done quite a few videos with Eric. My favorite one was actually on my birthday. Eric joined me for a 100-kilometer bike ride to Kamakura. We had a hamburger, and we got attacked by that hawk.
The hawk, yeah.
yeah. That was
poor
real.
cutlet,
real.
dude.
Yeah, that was real, man. There was no faking that.
I saw it. It was on the news too, man.
Yeah, like in New Zealand and other places.
That was scared the shit out of me. Sorry.
Like I said, be yourself. That's okay. Who the hell really cares if you say the word shit, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we're politicians, we're teachers, we're people first. So, even the Pope says that word. And that's true. And if he doesn't say it in English, he says it in some other language.
How do you say it in Japanese?
Unko.
Unko. Hell yeah.
You got that. That's
good looking. That's like you just added a pony.
Yeah, my wife just told me I should not say that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
sorry.
Okay. That language, culture, you could, when you're teaching a language, you got to teach the language to its original source. So yeah, you asked for a translation, you were given the translation. All's good, people, right?
I appreciate that.
So yeah, we cycled there. Here's what happened. What you guys couldn't see in the video itself, I'm literally looking up, and there's this hawk like just hovering above us, and all of a sudden I'm looking. This is before that moment where it swoops down. It does an angle and just comes down, and I see that, and I'm paralyzed with fear, and I'm like,
I believe it.
Wow. I just pulled away. It's so fast.
Dude, I hate
But I'm not the only victim. My wife 3 times have been dive bombed by hawks in that area.
Wow.
An ice cream cone, a sandwich, and I believe it was just like playing with her finger up like this and going like this and taunting the birds. So it's just
a big one, a hawk that big like that, or a little?
D-hawks. There's about 30 to 40 of them. They're very beautiful and majestic to see out in the ocean. But when you see them dive bombing, they're usually going after human food, not fishes.
I saw a video once on YouTube. It was a hawk that snatched a baby up, but the dude caught the baby right before he got away. That's horrifying.
Oh yeah, it's fearful. I'm always worried that someone's dog will be taken. That's my biggest fear, because Japan has really tiny dogs.
Yeah.
And they're just like woo. But yeah, that happens. I like that sound. Woo! I did that. I'll do that again.
Yeah, that's nice.
So. Japan is a mixed bag. When I came to Japan, I had no disillusions of what I was getting into. But when it comes to work, labor issues, labor rights, financial obligations, contractual obligations, disputes in the workplace, those are the things of which I'm referring to, which are just literally one-sided. In society, it's very calm. Everyone's very peaceful. So work-related issues, grievances, those are the ones that I was not prepared for. Because if you work and you pay taxes, you pay all of your dues, you should be able to receive the same support that anyone else gets.
Right.
And what I'm saying also, like, for example, say you go to a police with a known crime, and you go to the police box and you talk to the police officers, say something's going on. Here's the evidence. No, majority of the time, because you're the foreigner. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Oh wow.
And that's not the first time. I'll actually be talking about that later in one of my podcasts coming up in next month. So I'll be actually looking at actually starting my own podcast where I'll be talking about crime here in Japan.
That's crazy. So you got to deal with a certain amount of prejudice being.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Feel that.
Oh. So you're
But
starting,
that's life, man. Yeah,
for sure.
You're starting a crime podcast?
Yeah. So after looking at how I've wanting to continue to do my YouTube channel, family, food, and fun is been our basic focus. But there's some things that really need to be discussed. And Japan is one of the countries that doesn't discuss their issues so much with the general public, especially with the international public. There's incidents in Japan. You can go to like TokyoReporter.com and see a lot of it yourself, where it's all in English, by the way, where things are actually just as dark on this side as they are in the United States. For example, just a couple weeks ago, there was an article in the news about a man killing 13 people, and it was very low key. It was not in the public newspapers. It wasn't looked at a lot. In America, if that was the case, the guy would be called a serial killer.
Right. Did you hear about all the stuff that happened in Kenosha with the people that got shot?
Was that this week?
No, it was like this summer. It was like the whole riots and everything.
Right. I would say a little bit. I watched your channel. You actually, Koerri, you were interviewed for that. Is that correct, during the riots?
Yeah. I did some interviews, and I was out doing a lot of the documentation of the stuff. Actually, the night of the shooting that happened, I was like 10 to 15 feet away from actually where it all took place. Yeah.
So that's
one of my
a
close
mental
friends.
image that you have. Yeah.
One of my close friends was one of the dudes who got shot.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's life. But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be that way, though. It doesn't have to be that way. Yeah. No, I didn't. One thing about me is I don't have a TV. I've never had a TV here in Japan until I met my wife for about a year, and then NHK, which is the Japanese news agency, they send out sponsors to come harass people who don't pay their bill or join the cable company. So my wife didn't want to deal with that, so she just got rid of the TV, and we've been just using our tablet and our computers, so we don't watch actual.
So they send people, if you don't pay your cable bill, they'll send someone to your house to shake you down.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Basically, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to say yes. There are cases where people are violent with the people at NHK. The NHK, not NHK, but the representatives that they hire to go door to door to say that they basically ask, do you have a TV? Do you have a phone? Only this, you're required by law to pay for cable. We're like, well, we don't have a TV. Well, do you have a cable jack? It's the Japanese system. It's not. It's how they handle. It's how they earn revenue. It's another revenue stream. But the people that they send to represent you aren't well trained. So I'll just share one little glimpse of information that someone else did as a foreigner. And a male representative came to the door, knocked on the door. His wife answered the door. She said, leave. He put his foot in the door. So the guy got totally naked and walked up to the door and says, okay, it's time for you to leave. Pushed him out the door and shut the door and left.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What?
And of course, in Japan, the first 5 feet of the door entrance is public property.
What?
Yeah, think about that one.
That's nuts, dude. You'll get smoked if you come on anybody's door.
Right, right. Yeah. Bad things happen, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you can't shut the door. So what I've done is
Wow.
and this hasn't happened for a couple years, but um we use the fact that we have an English school in our home, and this is a business, as well as we have children in the house, and we tell the person when they do come, I say, "Hi, I'm a YouTuber. I will be recording this because I just am concerned that you will not cooperate, and I have children here, so I answer their questions and then I shut the door.
Mm.
I've never had a problem with them because they understand what I'm saying."
Has anyone ever tried to get violent with you in Japan?
Yes, actually, just recently.
Is it so you posted a video recently? You said something
Mhm.
about your incident with like your neighbor or something.
Right. So
Been dying to
just to
hear
go
this.
with that. So actually that itself is ongoing. It's ongoing because of the influence the individual has on my employers, and that has caused some ripple effect, which has actually put me in a very bad position. I can say that publicly. I just cannot say what is the people's names or
Right.
the incident beyond that. But they know that I'm fully aware of the senpai kohai, which is the hierarchy within the company or the department, that I know the relationship between the two, and my finances have already been uh, brought down because of what we believe is to be influential decision making because of what this man had said because of that particular incident. So, which is one of the reasons why I'm starting to talk about the crimes, unseen, unheard of crimes, unheard or unspoken crimes that happen here in Japan. Maybe white collar, blue collar crimes, but these things happen and they shouldn't. But there's not a lot of support, and there should be more support. Remember, American citizens are less than 1% of the foreign population here in Japan.
So you said recently someone tried to get physical with you?
Yeah, yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Man.
But hey, that's life. I've seen people on a train, two guys fighting. I've had to separate them. These things happen. The type of fightings that I'm used to seeing here in Japan versus what you guys see, where it's talking, it's chest to chest, it's pushing, and you walk away. No, that's what we see every day back home. But we don't think less of the person.
Right.
Here in Japan, you push to the point where it's bullying. But then when that person who's not backing down, such as myself, they go and get their other bully friends and say, "Hey, this guy's not listening. Deal with it."
Huh.
How it happens.
Wow.
The social system in Japan is very different than anywhere in the United States, and yeah, and yet you may think I'm speaking poorly about Japan, but I'm
No,
not.
dude.
I'm expressing even to the audience who's listening to the video. I'm not. I love Japan very much. There's a lot of positive things. Watch my videos, you'll see that I really much like about Japan.
Dude, it's good to keep it real.
I don't want to mislead you with that information. There are sides of every country and every situation, which we shouldn't hide behind. And I don't hide behind.
It's good to bring. Because I feel like a lot of people on these platforms don't, talk about how things actually are everywhere, and you can definitely show both sides of how things are without, shitting on it. It's not.
Definitely, yeah.
I don't think that you're misrepresenting or making it look bad or anything like that. We know you love Japan.
Yeah, I love Japan. I've been here for 16 years. I'll probably be here for a little bit longer, but at some point, I would like to return home.
Oh,
Not for myself, but for my family, especially my wife.
Funny
thing.
Has she been to the States before, or would it be?
She went once when my son was 3.
Okay.
And she met my family and friends, and she fell in love. The very first place, can you guys guess where I took my wife? The very first place that we visited. Can you imagine where I would take my wife?
Somewhere in the States.
I'll make it easier. We went to Seattle.
Okay.
Starbucks.
No,
No.
to the Space Needle, the thing that's right.
No, I know, right? You're thinking, imagine that because it's behind me. No, we ended up going to the Bass Pro,
Oh,
Oh,
hell
wow.
yeah.
and I will tell you what, I myself have forgot how awesome it is to go to Bass Pro.
Dude, I was
And
just there.
My friend needed to go get some clay pigeons because he wanted to shoot shotguns with them because I haven't shot a shotgun in like what, it was 10 years at that time. And I'm like, oh yeah, clay pigeons. My wife walked in there, and we were there for 2 hours.
I
Matter of
bet.
fact, in that one day, and then however, on our way back to Seattle, she's like, "Can we stop back at Bass Pro and pick up some more souvenirs?" I'm like, "Yes."
Hell yeah.
My
You-
wife's a country girl. I love that about her. I mean, she lives in the city, but she's country at heart, so that's a good thing.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I'm from up north at Wisconsin. And then I moved down here to the city, and I used to hate living up north, but now that I live here, I every time I go to the cabin, we got a cabin way up north, and I don't want to leave ever again. I just want to live in the woods.
I wish I could. I live close to the woods. I really do. I live about 30 kilometers, about 1 hour away from Mount Fuji.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
So I could see it right here. If I go outside my house, snows on the mountain. It's very beautiful. Mount Fuji is no more beautiful than Mount Rainier or any other mountain with snow on top, as long as it has a viewpoint. So Mount Fuji is beautiful, but there's a lot of other mountains. This is just one that people get to walk a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What
And
would
yes,
you say your favorite mountain in Japan that you've been to is?
well, of course, Mount Fuji is my favorite. I have climbed Mount Scuba before. It's a much smaller mountain, less human traffic. The one thing about Mount Fuji that takes away its true beauty is the amount of people that climb up it every day. My experience, and many people who have ever experienced it, you're basically an ant walking along. If one person takes a footstep in front of you, you're taking a step all the way up, V shape, going all the way up the mountain. At night, it's beautiful. You see all these lanterns, people's headgears are flashlights, and it's just like one solid line, a strip going all the way up the mountain. Beautiful as hell, beautiful. From dusk till dawn, the trek is so much more difficult when there's too many people up on the mountain. But it's so popular that everyone wants to climb it. And if you ever do get a chance to come and climb it, make sure you don't do what I did and go down the wrong side of the mountain.
Oh, wow.
You will be paying $500 in a taxi ride to get back to your vehicle.
Oh man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. Maybe I'm overpricing that right now, but it still felt like $500.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Especially after climbing up and down a mountain.
Yeah. It was the first time I hadn't slept for 48 hours in my life, like straight, like physical endurance and everything. Yeah, I didn't sleep for like 48 hours. It was intense. But you guys got any more questions? I know you guys got a lot of questions. I got a couple more questions for you guys, but please ask your questions. This is a really fun time to talk. If you guys know any anime or have any questions, please lay them on me.
So one thing that I've noticed and I'm starting to like a lot is all of the miscellaneous flavors that the Japanese people tend to add to. I mean, it seems like everything, like the Kit Kats, there's so many different types of flavors of Kit Kats that come from Japan, and just so many different things that you never thought you would really see within candy or even food. So what's one of the things that you've experienced while you've been in Japan that you thought maybe sounded like strange, that was something that you were familiar with from the States, but had a different variant in Japan that ended up being good?
Well, just looking at Kit Kats, the Sakura which is the cherry blossom.
I
Kit
have
Kat.
that one at home right now, actually.
That is awesome.
I collect them. So.
I actually was going to buy one the other day. That is the one that comes to mind right now. A, because it's a seasonal one, but B, because the idea of putting the cherry blossom on a Kit Kat, the flavor of it was completely at the time of when I was in America, when I was learning about Japanese culture, was kind of, shogunai, or not really known. So, but when I did have it, the taste was a lot sweeter in the United States than it is here in Japan. It's less sweet in comparison to the United States when I did try Kit Kats. I do remember that. So, yeah, I mean, those are good. If my wife wasn't doing what she was doing, I'd actually have her go get me some of the snacks that maybe you guys could see. Hey, psst, can you give me some snacks up on the wall? You know what my wife is doing? She's taking pictures. We're actually going to be starting a Patreon at the end of this month, and one of the things that we're going to be showing people is some of the unique pictures that we take, she takes, and putting them up on our Patreon, as well as a couple. I really like my 1-minute videos, so we're going to be offering that, as well as our. You guys know how Patreon works. You got the tiers. Yeah. So one of the tiers is we're going to be offering exclusive gifts or prime gifts for people, things that are made or found only here in Japan. High quality, high end gifts. So she's just taking pictures of some of those things. We'll be launching at the end of the month.
I was thinking maybe we could maybe exchange some care packages here. I heard you were having a hankering for some Captain Crunch. I got you.
Oh my God, I would love
brother.
it. And you know what? Yes, I would. Except for this year. Thank you for bringing that up. For the past 2 years, me and my wife, we did this exchange program in November, a gift exchange with some of our subscribers. The first year we did 3 people, and then the second year we did 5. And this year we were going to do 7, but the pandemic hit. And because the post office were literally shut, the prices soared for packaging and everything. We felt that because of the sterilization issues, sending stuff across, it was best to cancel. But we're going to be opening in August. So yeah, we're going to be doing an August gift exchange program.
Definitely.
So we're probably going to look at the 7 people. But however, what you're asking is completely opposite. And yes, I would love to do an exchange with you guys. That'd be awesome. Send over a couple things. I'll put them up on the channel and ask for anything, and I'll send it over to you guys if I can find it, as long as it gets through the U.S. and Japanese customs. So please don't send any gator jerky or steak jerky, no meat. We found out the hard way. A guy from, I think, Alabama sent us some gator jerky, and it went into quarantine and never came out. So
probably still there.
Someone ate it.
Right? Yeah, and I wanted to try gator jerky, and so did my wife.
Oh yeah, I've never tried gator yet.
Speaking of Japanese snacks, here's one right here.
Ooh, damn.
So I don't know if you guys are Pokemon fans.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Yes.
Kids, these are actually like, they're just like little mini crackers with Pokemon. My son turned 8 a couple weeks ago, and we took him to Yokohama to the Pokemon Center. Yay! As parents or anybody who loves Pokemon, I mean, the Tokyo Center is good. The Yokohama Center is good. Any Pokemon Center in Japan is just amazing. We actually gave him a spending limit so he didn't overspend on the things that he wanted to get. But this is just one of them. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Yeah, and of course these are my just snack wise. These are my son's after school snacks. I know you could judge me on giving my son some Pringle like snacks.
No judgment here, brother.
That's
in America.
That's just today. It's just a Thursday, so he's gonna take his snacks and he gets to go to the grandparents' house. So
I'm pretty sure I had Oreos for dinner when I was his age, so I'm not judging, brother.
Good, man, good. So what do you guys, let me ask you guys a question, because you guys been asking really good questions. I talk a lot. Obviously, I have a drink in my hand. Oh, and by the way, speaking of drinks, I'm not promoting this at all. I'm just saying what that is. That kind of looks like a bar. It's like an energy drink.
Mm.
Yeah. It's like a
Digital
G-Zone.
performance.
Yeah. It has like 17% something. What is it called? Caffeine. Yeah, caffeine.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I
Yeah, I
hear
was gonna.
It's like a gamer drink almost then. Kind of looks like.
Probably. Speaking of gamers, are you guys gamers? Do you guys game at all?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm on Twitch.
What do you guys do? What do you guys play?
So I play random stuff. We've been playing some 2K, NBA 2K. I play
Basketball,
some
maybe.
Fallout 76. I mean, I play kind of a range of different stuff. I play the Dragon Ball games when they come out. Pretty much whenever any kind of Dragon Ball game comes out, I'll play that. I've really been playing a lot of this My Hero Academia, One's Justice 2 online, just a fighting game, which is pretty fun.
I'm on Red Dead Redemption 2 online. I do GTA online. I play a little bit of WWE, but that's because I used to be a wrestler, not
I like
because
how
I
he
watch it.
whispers that into the camera there.
Well, see, the thing is I used to be an independent professional wrestler before I messed my knee up, and so sometimes you don't have time to explain that, and
Right.
just being a wrestling fan, kind of, so like I kind of always have to give that little disclaimer, like, yeah, I play wrestling, but it's cool because I used to wrestle, so leave me alone.
Hey, no, that's really cool. I mean, I honestly, it's a really fun profession to think about doing, but you actually got around to doing it. Too bad about the knee. I know about the knee issue, man. Once the knee goes, it's kind of tough to get back on the horse and do a couple things.
PCL.
Yeah. I was let's see, I was playing football. I was the baseball coach here in Japan for junior high. I did some football coaching here in Japan as well in the United States. And when my ankle went, my knee went, and then I couldn't do any really competitive sports. I played basketball at a slow man's game when everyone's running up and down the court. I'm in mid court, cherry picking the ball. Yeah. That's good. I actually do gaming, and I'm actually encouraging my son to do gaming in a healthy way. He plays Fortnite. I play PUBG.
Nice.
He plays Mario Kart racing, and I play Hearthstone.
Hearthstone, I believe.
Yeah, it's like a card game. Yeah.
Does he do any of like the Roblox or like Minecraft or anything? I have a 7-year-old and she's all like Roblox is her thing.
You just triggered my wife's happy point. She's like, Roadblocks. Yes, I want him to do that. We've been looking at it, and a lot of my colleagues in different universities have said that Roblox is really good for educational purposes as well. We also play Minecraft, so the answer to that is I could start them on those blocks, but I probably won't play it myself. So I'll try. Maybe I'll get my wife to do it. She's not much of a gamer. Are the women in the family gamers for you guys, or just you guys?
My daughter, she's all about it. Like I said, she's 7, and that's pretty much consumes her life at YouTube and school and tap dance and ballet. Other than that, though, it's just me. So it's me and her right now.
My fiance got into Red Dead a little bit, and she dabbled in GTA and Fable 2. Carly beat Fable 2.
Oh.
I also collect too, so like all old school games. I got almost every Nintendo system that's ever existed, except for like the virtual.
Do you have the Family Con?
I don't have a Famicom, but I got a Super Famicom. So.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I have a couple.
Is, right?
I have the Japanese version of the Nintendo.
Right.
I have a couple Japanese release N64 games, and we found them at there's a place called 7 Mile Fair. It's just like this huge flea market, and I found these Japanese N64 games, and they look awesome. And for some reason, they're dirt cheap here. And so I bought like 5 of
Really?
them. They're on my Instagram. I took a picture of them. I think I got Banjo Kazooie. I don't know, all those classics.
I remember a couple years ago, before the pandemic hit, I went to Akihabara, which is a really good tourist attraction for anybody interested in not only cosplay, but also gadgets and comic books and anything anime and video games. They
That
they
sounds
have this
nice.
really cool. There's a lot of really cool shops. There's a couple hobby shops where an entire building, every floor is a different hobby, from trains to cars to model trains to everything that you can imagine. There's a whole building set for hobbies. And one thing I remember is walking in and seeing all these gaming cartridges, and I saw like a $400 Super Mario on display. I'm like, I played that when I was a kid, and I love it, but I'm not going to pay that much money for it. But the things that they have, I actually ended up buying a Dragon Quest, the
Ooh,
very first one,
nice.
and I gave it away as a gift.
Mm.
So, and I was like, I was contemplating not giving it away because it
You
was in
should
the
have just
cartridge.
kept it, bro. You
Yeah, I was
should
like,
have just played
I
it.
know this person really likes Dragon Quest, so I'm like, yeah, I wanted to keep it, but I decided, yeah, it was probably makes a better gift and a better story on their end.
I face
So,
that
yeah,
issue a lot when shopping for people.
yeah. That's one thing about Christmas here in Japan. It's totally different than the United States. It's just a strawberry cake.
KFC.
KFC, yep. We actually have a video coming out just next week, this next Saturday, 3 days
Nice.
from now, about KFC. Yeah, but no, yeah, KFC. Our family does not KFC. We do chicken pot pie and a sushi roll.
Nice.
So kind of mix East and West, and of course we have the strawberry cake. I don't eat the cakes anymore. I just don't want to eat so many sweets during the holidays.
Oh,
This
forget
year
that.
actually,
Forget
yeah,
that.
I feel.
I'm eating the sweets, baby.
I get it.
By the way, I got a question for both of you, and I think that's for the audience as well to think about. YouTube has, of course, YouTube Premium, where you actually don't get advertisements. As parents, do you guys have the YouTube Premium, or do you guys not have it?
I'm not a parent.
So
I know. Yeah.
so I do, and I do have the premium, and the reason why, so I have 2 kids. My daughter is 7, and I have a son who is now he's two and a few months. And he absolutely cannot stand when an ad comes on YouTube, right? So say I'm doing some work in the morning or something like that, and he's just, taking like like 30 minutes or something to watch a show. An ad would come on every 2 to 3 minutes or something when he's trying to watch Masha and the Bear or whatnot, and he would just start screaming at the top of his lungs, and it's like it's solely because of the ads. As soon as you hit skip ad, he's cool. So I was like, all right, well, we need to eliminate that. So it's
Right,
worth it in
right.
the long run for that, and also the ads they're repetitive, they're not necessarily the best, and like as a YouTuber, as someone that's a content creator, like you don't necessarily want to turn the ads off or use an ad blocker because it doesn't help the creators at all. So doing the premium route to make sure at least the creators that you frequently watch, they're still making money off of your views and stuff like that,
Right, right. And the reason I asked is because I know that both of you have YouTube channels, and I do watch them. I'm kind of the part of the silent majority who watches a video but won't always comment.
Yeah, I'm like
That's just who I am. I mean, I want to comment. Even my subscribers, I love them to death, but I want to make sure I give them a shout out at some point. But I always feel that I'm spending too much time replying. So I just want to pick a time to reply. And sometimes I don't reply, but yet I mention it in the comments. But for the parents watching these, or even educators in any sense, yes, there is the AdSense for YouTube, but also there's protecting the children from unwanted or exposure to just really unique content. And I say that because in Japan we also get that. Your commercials are completely different than the commercials that I were to see if I turned off my premium. I would see the Japanese version of the commercials that you guys are seeing, and that. And, you know, their marketing strategy is completely different than ours backstage side. So, yeah.
Since we're on the topic of YouTube, I want to also I want to thank you. You're one amongst my first subscribers. I appreciate that. That was very nice.
I was very happy to do that. Yeah, you know, my wife when I told her I was going to do a collab with you, she's like, "Is that the guy that makes the noise?" I'm like, "Yeah." and she's laughing right here with the biggest. You know, making a video, like whether it is it's deliberate on purpose or just, you know, fooling around, it gives you an opportunity to laugh and enjoy it. So, and that's one of the ones that makes us laugh every time we watch it. So yeah, keep doing that. I mean, be original, be yourself, but you know, you can't always please everybody. So
no, yeah. I do my best to please as little people as possible.
That's right. Yeah. Because honestly, there's a lot more people like that out there than on the other end of the spectrum. There's more people that, all right, I need a good laugh. I know when I'm feeling down, sometimes I'll watch a video of like a bloopers on TV, like news bloopers or something, man. Get myself, see where my funny bone is.
Yeah. That's all it is at the end of the day. I'm just trying to make a little bit of comedy. I was really trying to incite a reaction from Dame Drops. He's really not biting.
You know, I had I tried to trigger a couple people on my Facebook page, or my Facebook, not my Facebook page, my Facebook, and it ended up going south.
I was ready for either way. I wanted it.
Yeah. I on Facebook, actually, I don't get on Facebook now much these days. Since January, it's my New Year's resolution because I was watching too many videos. But I actually there was a moment where I actually triggered the wrong people, friends of mine, in a situation where I actually had to delete the post.
I've been there.
I got the message when I was in the dentist chair getting a root canal done.
Oh,
honest to God. I was in the chair. The dentist was cleaning the tooth and everything, and my phone or tablet was just lighting up like phone calls, messages, phone call, message. It's my buddy saying, "Dude, you got to delete that post. When your boss is commenting on it, it's probably not a good thing." And I'm like, I get up there and I'm like, "All right, delete." Yeah. But sometimes, you're gonna make waves, but remember the most amount of advertising or influence that you can do is the controversial topics. It's one of the reasons. Yeah, it's again one of the reasons why I am actually doing that podcast, because I want to stroke debate, talk, conversation, things that in Japan we are really lacking, not just as foreigners, but as members of Japanese society. So that's what I wish to do.
By the way, if you want to use any of this for a video, by the way, take whatever you need.
So what I was gonna do is, if you guys had whatever, if you guys want to cut anything out, I'll just put everything, whatever you guys put out, and I could monetize it and give proceeds wherever you guys want for that particular video after 1 year. So. Because it's like little tiny, like I have a very small audience, but money matters. So
just putting us out there is good enough for me. I could use a couple extra subs. That's what I'm worried about right now. Man.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like the conversation that we've had is great. That's kind of been the approach for the most part with everything that we've been doing and stuff. Just kind of having the talks, networking, meeting people, just hearing people's stories and stuff like that. And whatever happens afterwards in the back end and all that, we're pretty good at figuring out how to make it work. So.
Yeah, we've been watching for a minute, so it's really, I don't know, it's just really good because we got questions for days. And
and that's the thing. I mean, like, once you have it on, you got to come back and do a second one.
Dude, if you're down for that, we're down for that.
Yeah, I'd like to keep in contact with you, of course. I mean, my wife likes both of you. And, remember, if the wife's happy, you're happy.
Happy wife, happy life.
And I'm happy too. I'm happy now. I'm always happy. I'm happy my daughter is sleeping, even though I'm speaking really loud. That's what I'm happy about.
Congrats on the daughter too, by the way, now that we're talking in person.
Thanks. Yeah, no problem, man. I appreciate it. It was actually a really scary situation. Born in June when the pandemic was kind of at its peak.
Yeah.
Family could not go into the hospital. No one could approach.
Damn.
Couldn't see the family and my wife or my daughter until 5 days after.
That would drive me crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, and not only that, they didn't do the test. They stick that thing up your nose and make a cough or something. They didn't give any of the pregnant women at that facility the test.
Why the hell not?
I can't say. The price of the test I would assume would range within like $400, a couple hundred.
They make us take those some bitches here. Grab you by the head.
Well, not no.
Around.
Oh yeah. Well, no. Well, force you. Pretty much force you.
When I was at the factory, dude, they forced my ass to take that nose thing.
Oh damn. Oh yeah. Well,
I would have just been cool with staying home and just we'll weed the rest out later.
I've been working at home for over a year, and I haven't had any symptoms. Never have. I've just stay home. I've came close to getting the test just to take the test to be on the record, but there's never been any need to. Because I don't live in the big city. I live in a very small rural area. Doesn't mean that we don't get it. There was a child at my son's elementary school who got it. We kept my son home for a week. Yeah, and that drove everyone in the house crazy because our son was home for a week.
Yeah,
even as an educator, I'm doing my job. I'm teaching other parents' children online. My son's in the background going, hey, Fortnite. Yeah. So, hey, about the gift exchange and doing all that. Yeah. Pick a date. Pick anything you guys want me to get. If you just like food or gifts for the family or just friends or just something like anything, just let us know.
Maybe we could exchange. I was thinking we could exchange snacks, and then when we each get it, we'll we'll keep in contact, and then we could do a video of both of us, like we can do it like how we're doing it right now, and we'll
all right
do a reaction.
So
boxing.
I could do here's what I could do. We can go to the supermarket, grab all these really unique Japanese snacks. Some of them are probably a part of the Get Some Fat Packs that Eric Surf 6 puts in his Get Some Fat Packs. Basically around the same thing,
Awesome.
Same shop and everything. Which, by the way, commenting on Eric's Fat Packs, I've seen him having huge stacks of Get Some Fat Packs he ships out himself. So he did all that by his hand, and there's hundreds of them. So
my fiance tried so hard to get one of those. That's how this all started. I don't remember. The first video I saw was Eric eating a hot dog out of a vending machine, and I watched like 3 more, and I'm like, why the fuck am I watching this? But then I kept watching it, and I was like, dude, this dude's pretty cool. He's up there in age, and he's juggling and surfing and doing all this crazy stuff. He's a very interesting fellow, to say the least.
He is, man. He is. He always has my respect no matter what he does, and just really entertaining. My kid loves him. When he used to come over to the house, he would bring over his electric skateboard.
Ooh, nice.
And just think of this guy on an electric skateboard with this controller in hand, not kicking his feet, and just like hitting it. And my son's just like, oh, I want to do it, I want to do it. And just gets on. And Eric's the best guy. See that? So this is one of his pencils.
Oh, the pencil, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was one of his old original ones. We still keep it around. Yeah.
Cool.
So it gets some pencil trick. Yeah. That was one from him. Thanks, Eric. We still have it. My kid, my wife love him. So do I. He's funny. He's a friend.
That's cool how one thing turns into
when
one
we're allowed.
We I don't know. I think it's interesting how just starting watching his videos transition to watching your videos, and now here we are.
Yeah,
that's cool, dude.
That's life. That's how things happen sometimes. Yeah, and that's just it. I mean, like you were saying, networking is really important, but there's a point where you can get exhausted from networking too much.
Oh yes. I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean.
Yeah. But I'm happy to network as often as I can. When I have the time, I like to hang out. So the thing is, I gotta find a time to pencil it in. It's even though I'm on vacation for the next 2.5, 3 weeks, after that, I'm just like go, busy as heck. So, you guys, last question before we call it. You guys have done a great job interviewing. I really like your guys' communication and, of course, your collaboration between each other. I like seeing you guys in this category where there's 2 people just looking at the camera. I don't know what's on your guys' screen, but I know it's on mine.
Yes. You look beautiful.
Thanks. You look good yourself too.
I try. I was thinking about coming on with a suit and tie. Doing the whole, but I'm not a politician, so
I'm not gonna lie. I did say that because before when I stopped home, I got off of work. I was like, I gotta take a shower real quick. Watch, and I mentioned to him, I was like, watch, dude is wearing like nice clothes. I'm wearing a effing t-shirt, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I'm always casual. That was going in when I started doing interviews with whoever. And I mean, I've been on CNN, I've done stuff on like ABC News, I've talked to people that are like political figures in the community and stuff like that. And I always dress the way that I am now. I went in.
That's right. Be yourself.
I'm not going to change. I'm not going to switch up. I'm not going to start wearing suits. Now, I did speak at an event and I wore a suit there, but I was gifted a suit, so I felt it would be disrespectful if I didn't wear it. But typically, this is how I dress, because
shout out Mike Bjorn.
Yeah, shout out to Mike Bjorn for sure.
Now, did you have to give that suit back, or was it an actual?
Oh no, it's still in the closet.
Right on.
Yeah, they actually and after that they actually gifted me another one. So now I have 2, and I can kind of like mix and match and do whatever I need to do. It's pretty nice.
Double shout out Mike Bjorn.
Mike Bjorn. I mean, shout out to Mike Bjorns. They did plug me. And
there you go. Well, at least you get a gift like that. Those things are quite expensive. I remember coming to Japan and having to pay quite a penny to get my first suit. And Japan is a suit country. They suit, tie, the whole 9 yards. You can see I'm not shaved, right? I've kind of got a beard going on. Normally this does not happen. I would be clean shaven. I would wear a shirt and tie.
Since we're talking about clothes, I got a question for you, because I mean I have issues in the States at the mall. We were just at the mall.
Oh yeah.
Do you ever have issues finding clothes that fit in Japan? Obviously, they're smaller.
Oh yeah, yeah. Big and tall, yeah, man. There are a few difficulties finding clothes my size. Um, Biggest problem was back in 2006 and 7, where I couldn't really find in the area where I was. I couldn't find any stores that have clothes in my size. So of course I thinned down so I could
Even
get
lengthwise.
clothes here. Yeah, no, I tailors, man. I had to do tailors. I still have to go to tailor. Anytime I go get pants, I have to get them tailored.
That
I really do.
sucks.
Yeah. Nowadays, Uniqlo actually on their websites offer double XL, but that's double XL or triple XL is the Japanese version, so it's smaller,
It's like
right?
a March.
But
We're
I
gonna send
can
you a
fit it.
t-shirt too.
Yeah. Clothes wise, yeah, they do have big and tall stores. Size wise is improving.
Mm.
Quality of the price and quality of the materials is getting cheaper.
Mm.
At least the last time I went
Nice.
and bought clothes myself. But yeah, I know some guys who actually for like business suits had to go to Thailand to buy their suits because it was cheaper.
Ooh.
Like 50 count thread, anything. I think that right now, most of the shirts that I wear, I get online now. Yeah, and I actually don't know. I think Rack 10 is something that my wife goes and picks them up for me. I'm not in charge of online purchasing because I got a trigger finger.
Oh,
Yeah, that one. I want that one. I want that one. Yeah, the Amazon account is nowhere near in my possession. I don't get the password. And for good reason too. You think women are shopaholics? Yeah, I'm just like I want this and this and this.
Man.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You're talking to two guys that
Yeah.
Talking to shopping junkies right now.
Yeah, man. and the point is like I will put all these things in the shopping cart, and like not even 40 minutes later, they're all gone. And I'm thinking, did I buy something? Oh, I said, no, I deleted them. I'm like, oh yeah, good idea. Yeah. Because she says, why do you need this? I'm like, it looks cool. I work hard. I want that, right? Yeah.
I spent $150 today on a Ninja Turtles mask that was autographed by Kevin Eastman, one of the creators.
Yeah, come on. That's gonna turn around in value just a couple of years.
That's what I'm saying. My fiance, she doesn't hear that though. That's the problem. We gotta correct the problem.
That's where negotiating and communication comes into play. You just be like, okay, I'm gonna keep that here. Like, for example, if you see behind me kind of a picture of a hockey stick.
Sure would.
I have had a whole set of hockey equipment in my house for over 3 years. No joke. I have the hockey stuff in my house and everything.
Oh, that stuff is not cheap, man.
No, and the thing is I've been wanting to start a hockey club, street hockey, here in Japan. And I'm just like, okay, do I go out and I find a business to rent it to? Do I sell it? And every time I come around to selling it or even thinking about starting one, something else comes into play. I'm like, I have all this stuff. I know it's value. I know someone can use it. But I was like, I just gotta wait for the right time.
Right. Well, when you come back, you can start a hockey club with us, damn it.
Yeah, we're all about it. We're in Wisconsin. The hockey's what we do out here.
Yeah, I heard you guys have got some pretty good hockey players coming out of that area. Is that right?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. But we're gonna wrap it up, man. It's been great talking to you, man. This has been this is check on the bucket list, and
there you go. All right. Yeah.
And that's like it's been, like you said, like 6 months in the making. And I'm glad we were able to get it done, and I'm glad that you think we're cool guys, because we definitely. We've been watching your channel for a while and we thought you were cool, so we were glad that you
appreciate it, man.
Man.
Yeah.
You're in the circle now.
All right, man. It's always good to be in the circle, guys. All right, well, let's try to find another time to collaborate sometime in the next year and touch base, see how things are going. I'll continue to watch your videos, make more videos, and remember always when you're talking to those less fortunate than yourself, always to be nice to them. That goes for everybody watching. Always be nice to everybody around you because you don't know what they're going through.
Right.
All right, guys. I want to thank you guys for your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Boo. We
Thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much, Boo Bradley.
All right, guys. So I'll keep in touch with you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Okay.
Sounds
Yeah,
good. Talk to
thank
you
you very
soon.
much. I'll
All
shoot
right,
you a
guys. Good night.
message.
All right.
Yeah,
Bye.
Take
no
it
problem,
easy.
guys. Take it easy, guys. Peace out. See ya.
Bye.
Peace.
Mm.